I want to talk about Anora. It's a new movie that was directed by Sean Baker that was just released this past week. And there are just so many things I want to say. And the movie just filled me with emotions out and out. What happens in the movie is that it is just a story about a girl who is a stripper and what happens in her life later on. But let's first talk about like how I came to know about the movie. The movie was I saw the trailer of the movie, I think, in one of the other neon movies that I went to watch. And when I watched the movie trailer, the first thing that caught me was the name Sean Baker, because I have watched the Florida Project on Amazon Prime and I loved it. And then I went to watch one of his other movies in the theater, Red Rocket, and I loved it too. So it just became the moment I saw the trailer, and the music in the trailer was the song Blondie by Anora, and I was completely hooked on it from the very first moment. And the movie was looking very beautifully shot. The trailer was looking very, very well made, and I was like, I should go and watch it. And the second thing is that the movie got a Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival. So that is another big attraction that hooked me onto it, and I was like, yes, I'm going to definitely go and watch it. And I was lucky that this movie was released in the theater near me, and like a few months later the movie got released, and I went and I watched it, and the movie is absolutely beautiful. The movie is having such a simple premise, and the story doesn't, like, there is nothing much that really happens in the movie. However, the film is just really, really, really just really well made. Like, I just loved it, and I'm going to start a spoiler talk from now on. So if there's anyone that wants to watch the whole movie and doesn't want the movie to be spoiled before, they can leave this video and watch it later if they want to. However, I would suggest that even if you know everything about the movie, you should still go and watch it. So doesn't really matter, because the movie is really beautifully made, and of course the movie has like beautiful shots. Like, nowadays every movie by any decent filmmaker, it's really well made. So definitely, anyone should go, anyone and everyone who wants to go and watch it, they should definitely go and watch it. So yeah, so the movie is just very simple, that there's a stripper, and one day she meets a Russian boy. He's like a 23, 24, 21-year-old boy, I think. That's what his age is, or something like that, 22 or 21. And he is a very immature guy, but he's extremely rich. And I think the movie is based in New York City. I was first thinking that it was Miami, or I'm not sure, it might be Miami, but who knows. But the amount of Russians that live in New York as compared to Miami are much more. So I definitely think that, because there are so many Russians in this movie, so I definitely think that this must be a movie set in New York. I didn't pay that much attention to the details about where the movie is set in, but yes, definitely there is heavy chance that the movie might be set in Miami too. I just couldn't figure it out, but most probably it's New York City, because there is a shot of subway too. I'm going to watch the movie again, and I will try to see But I want to just give first of all my unfiltered thoughts right now. So I will just go back to the to what I was saying. So yeah, so this movie, so she meets a guy, and she knows a little bit Russian, but that is not really relevant to the plot. So she meets this guy, and they have a little bit of bonding. She likes the guy because he's young and handsome, and of course he's extremely rich. She also goes to his house, and my god, the house is just brilliantly beautiful, like like every human being should have that kind of house. So they all just love it, they all just want it. Like so the Russian boy and this stripper, they kind of kind of start liking a little bit each other, like not from the Russian boy side. For the Russian boy, she is just like a toy mostly, but the Russian girls, of course, she likes it, and she likes the money, of course, because no one, like, she has never even imagined this kind of money. It's funny, like in the movie, she asks him that do you create apps or something, or then he says that no, I'm a drug dealer or something, and she says okay, you're a drug dealer. Then he says I'm just joking, and he's actually just it's like he's just a kid of some rich Russian oligarch, and she's shocked to see that. Like, you can Google that businessman whose son he was. So of course she is just extremely impressed, and then he says to her that I cannot stay in this country forever. I will have to go next to it. But if I get married to an American, then I will not be having to go anywhere. So of course she agrees to it, because it's like she gets like a very big diamond ring, like that is just crazy. Like she gets an expensive ring, and for her it's not even an imaginable dream that comes true, and she just like, yeah, definitely, let's do it. And she gets married and everything, and she is kind of, I think, in a little bit love too. That's how it was shown. But she is also like 23 years old, so that might just be an infatuation, because the guy is, of course, he's an extremely handsome guy. The guy just looked really nice, like on the screen, and of course the girl was also beautiful. But yes, of course he wears, like, he has a Gucci wallet and everything. So of course, the way he was carried in the movie, anyone can fall in love with him. Like the amount of money he has, and the amount of fun that guy is. Like, he knows everything. They go to Vegas, and the hotel manager knows him personally. Of course, like that's how it goes on with rich people. So all these things. So she kind of falls in love, but eventually, the family of the Russian guy, they come to know about it. They send like three Armenian men to this guy's house, and to break this marriage up. And of course, like the girl doesn't want to break the marriage, because this and she says that she's going to call the police and all. And in all this clutter, this Russian kid who got married to the stripper, he runs away from his own house, like a child. Like, he was shown like a very immature child, and that is one of the actions that defined his character. Like, he just runs away from the place and leaves the girl. Like, and one of the three Armenian men, one of them is a church father, and he says that, look at this marriage. Like, your husband just left you, he just ran away. And of course, like, that is one of the points of this movie, that is something that defines that this marriage was completely, of course, like, false. And of course the girl also married him for money, but the guy was also just never in it. Like, he just wanted to toy away with this. Like, it was just another toy for him. It was just like getting an iPhone, or it was just like getting a Rolls Royce for him, like, just getting a wife. Like, so that was just so easy for him. So this girl, she first tries to fight this three men, and these three men are shown to be really dumb. like they are just very clueless. Like they are not like a Russian mob or something. Like, they cannot control a lady, they cannot control a small kid. Like, the kid runs away. So they are shown to be like normal guys who are just working for the family of this Russian kid. So this girl, first she says, no, I will not break the marriage. But then they say that no, you will have to break the marriage at any cost. So first we will go and find this kid, and then we will go to the annulment house. And so the long story short, like she ultimately gets agreed to it, and then they start finding this kid. And the kid is and that plot, in that part of this plot of the story, they waste a little bit time. But I can understand that they have to make a 2-hour movie. So I can understand that they want to just, they have nothing else to do, nothing else to show. So they kind of go ahead in the movie and, just try to, try to find him. And ultimately they figure out that he's in the same strip club where she used to work. And this girl and this 3 Russian men, they go there and they find him. And meanwhile, there is this one of these 3 Russian men, one of these 3 Armenian men. One man, like, he is shown to be really dumb and innocent. Like, not dumb. He's shown to be very naive and innocent, who has never done this kind of thing. So he is kind of, even like, they hinted that he might be dealing a little bit of drugs here and there as a side gig. And he looks like gay. Like, the girl says to him that the girl says to him the F word, that you are a F as bitch and all these things. So this thing whole happens, and they eventually find this kid, and this kid is completely drunk and intoxicated, and he doesn't care about anything or anyone. So this stripper, whose name is Anora, she was thinking that she might, once she finds him, they both will have a talk, and she will be able to convince him that they don't have to break the marriage. But he doesn't care about it. He doesn't care at all. And they just then go to the airport to receive this kid's parents, who are coming from a private jet. And this kid just does not care, man. Like, he doesn't care about the relationship or anything. For him, it was just a fun thing that he can get out of. And the moment the Russian kid, his mom and his father comes, and they both, his father was shown to be a little bit chilled, means like his father doesn't care, like that kind of a dad. But his mom is shown to be a very strong woman, like a strong Russian woman, and her accent is very spot on. Like, her English accent is really spot on, and the way she walks, she looks like a powerful girl. Like, she looks like she has money. The first scene is when she gets out of the plane, and the way she walks, like, wow, very, very well filmed, and very, very well made. And then she doesn't even talk to Anora. She doesn't see her as anything, like, so Anora is very angry about this, and Anora says that I'm not going to divorce like this. I'm going to hire a real lawyer, and I'm going to make sure that I get half of the money. And his mom says that we will make sure that you lose all the money you have, because they are really rich. Like, they know their ways. Like, they try to intimidate her, and she doesn't know much. So she agrees, and she signs the annulment papers, and all these things happen. And then she of course yells at this Russian boy, and she says that I'm happy that I got divorced, and I'm happy that I'm leaving you. I'm happy that I don't have to ever see you again, and all this. And she even throws the mink jacket that she gets from this guy, like as a gift, like another, like, even if it was $20,000, this kid doesn't care. Like, the jacket whatever the value was, this kid doesn't care. Like he must have just gifted her. Like so, she throws that jacket and everything, and she just leaves. And that's the last time we see this whole Russian family. And the next, like I think 5 to 6, 7 minutes is of this Armenian guy and this Anora. And so one of this Armenian guy, and he tries to console with her, and I think he empathizes with her because she didn't means like they both belong to the same economic class. Like they both are not really rich, not even really middle class. Like I know strippers sometimes they can make good money, but like the life is very very crazy. So the money doesn't really matter. So they both a little bit form a bonding, but the girl is so angry. She tries to disrespect him as much as possible, but she does get some sympathy for him. And later on, like they both are just the last scene is in the movie when he drops her in her house. He from his car, and it's snowing, and it looks really beautiful. Like the aesthetic sense is just really 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 beautiful. It looks so beautiful, like the snow falling and the whole scene. The car is also like it's like a vintage car. It's not like a modern car, so the car also looks really nice. And before leaving, she tries to give him a strip dance, like as a favor. There's just so much symbolism in that last scene. Like it was just so well shot. And one more thing, this last whole scene, there's no background music in it. Like there's I think some sound. I think it's the snow sound or some sound in there, like of something falling. So it's a very simple sound, and there's nothing else in it. So she tries to give him a strip dance in the car, and then she tries to, I think, kiss him, but then he tries to kiss her. And I think he was shown to be gay, or probably I don't really it's not, I didn't really understand fully that whole thing. But yes, so he tries to kiss her, and then she probably like tries to reject it, and then she slaps him, and then he just hugs her, and she cries, and she starts crying like crazy. And it's such an emotional scene, and it's such a beautifully well shot thing. And it just shows that the simplest story, if it is given to a great director like Sean Baker, and he really nailed it. Like this time he just really nailed it. Like I liked his Red Rocket, and even his Florida project was absolutely amazing, but this movie he was just out of, like he just straight hit it out of the leads, and just amazing work. Like so this last scene is just so like nostalgic, and it just gives you so many thoughts. Like in the initial phase of the movie, I did not like this girl because she was trying to have an easy way. Like of course, like I did not like this girl because she was trying to get a shortcut, and not everyone has that kind of liberty, that not everyone has that kind of privilege. Like she was a woman, and she and of course, like that she is marrying only for money, nothing else. Like yes, this guy is absolutely handsome, but she just married him like 2-3 weeks, like just a month she married him. And of course it is only for money, means like you don't marry people like that easy. So she marries him for money, and you do not feel bad for her. But in that last scene you do feel bad for her, because she did see an unimaginable dream, and she achieved it, and it was just taken so easily from her. Yes, she made some money. They gave her $10,000 in the end. She also has that ring, so she can sell that ring, and she can get some money, or she can keep that ring as a souvenir, like to tell everyone, or to tell like, or to just as a remembrance, as a nostalgic thing that this happened with her. Like she might keep it with her, but she did make some money. She did make like, I think $35,000. Like I think the ring might be $25,000. I don't know what, but she did make some money out of it, and she did get to enjoy a lot. Like she would have never in her life, probably never had enjoyed this much. Like means it was a fun ride, like for her. Like unless and until she doesn't become like a doctor or like a CEO, she would have never seen that kind of life. So of course she get to enjoy her part, but but you do feel for her at the end of the day, because everything gets like taken away from her so easily, and just it's a sad thing, but that's how it ends. And just means doesn't feel good, but that's it. Means it's just a sad feeling. So this is how the whole thing ends. And definitely this Sean Baker is right now one of the top 10 filmmakers working all over the world. Like this movie just proved it. Like he did win a Palme d'Or, and he that's one of the that's one of like the biggest awards any movie can win. Like it's like Academy Award for Best Picture and the Palme d'Or. Like I think they are very synonymous. Like there is no other award as prestigious as these two. So that's amazing. So he did win it, and he did deserve it. He deserved every inch of it. And it's just really simple story, but very, very, very well shot. Like of course nowadays the cameras are very good. Like nowadays the lights are. Nowadays people have so much knowledge and sense of how to make movies. So the cinematography was excellent, and of course every actor looked really nice. Like the Russian mom, she just was fabulous, and in just a small like 5 to 10 minute appearance, she was just fabulous. And of course like the actress was fabulous, and this Russian kid looked amazing. Like all the things that happened, they did waste a little bit time, but all the things that happened were good, and that's it. Like that. So I would definitely say, like, there is so many feelings that you get. You feel sad at the end, and you feel that someone's dream was taken away from them. Like, and of course she didn't deserve it. Like she was doing it for money, so she didn't really deserve it. But yes, her dream was taken away from her and all. So you do feel about it, but that's it. That's about it. And yes, so that's the way. And I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff time to time here. And if I just want to just talk, and if anyone listens to this, I'm really thankful. And please add your comments. Like I want to know other people's thoughts, and I definitely would want to hear in this channel like what people think about stuff. And I want this channel to be a place of intellectual conversation in anything, like in science, in philosophy, and in music, or anything, whatever it is. I want to just hear people, and that's just so I would definitely recommend everyone watch this movie. And you can recommend me some movies that you guys like. Like I watch a lot of art movies, and I read a lot of books. I read a lot of like fiction, non-fiction, and I study a lot of different things. So if you guys have any recommendations, you can always tell me. But thank you so much for if anyone has listened to this throughout, thank you so much. And definitely this channel will grow. Like but the channel's growth is not important for me. The important thing is to convey this message and to convey what I think from inside. So that's it. Thank you so much.